So I'm on a bit of a quest to acquire a bunch of completely random skills, and this week I've decided to learn how to knit because why not? Because of the disability I have, my finger strength on certain fingers isn't fantastic, so I thought this would be a good little test to see how I go and maybe even build up a little bit of strength in my fingers. Who knows? I don't think I've picked the best time to get into knitting because we're coming out of winter in Australia, but that's not going to stop me. The football team I follow here in Australia are the Western Bulldogs, and I don't have a scarf, and they're playing finals on Friday. So today's Monday, I've got, I guess, essentially 4 days to knit a scarf. Apparently what I have to do first is cast on, where you kind of start the scarf on the needle. So I'm going to give that a crack. So I'm just going to Google how to cast on knitting easy.
The loop so that it is kind of in the middle.
This is so complex. Okay, I'm going to watch a few videos to try to understand what's happening, and then I'll see you again. Okay, so I've just watched a bunch of videos. I found this one called Easiest Cast On for Absolute Beginners by Purple Rose Crafts. Looks like that. And it was really good. I will link it in the description if you want to check it out. So I pretty much just did that by sort of making like a gun with my hand and then going around to make sort of an X. If you see an X. On the back I pull this one up. Boom. So you have this cool little knot. And then I completely forgot what to do next. So apparently after I have this little knot, I just have to stick the needle in there and then tighten it, but not completely. Like so.
Now, the working yarn is in front of the one that came off of our slip knot.
Hey.
And now
I think that's right. Knitting enthusiasts are screaming at the screen right now. So far in terms of finger strength and I guess how my disability is affecting this, it's not really affecting much. Because on my hands, my sort of ring and pinky finger are the two bad ones, especially on my right hand. But they're sort of just holding the string. They're not really doing a whole lot. So I guess if you're in a similar boat, so far knitting is I don't know, pretty satisfying and doable. Okay, so I think we've successfully cast onto the needle. That's what it looks like. That's 40 stitches. So hopefully that's sort of scarf width. I guess it'll be the width of this scarf. And now I need to learn how to actually knit. Okay, so I've watched the knitting video, like how to stitch, but I haven't done it yet. So I thought I'd do it so you can watch me potentially fail. So I have 2 needles. How do I do this again? I think. And then I wrap it. No, that's not right. And kind of loop it off like that. Okay, that was not right. Oh, did I just do it? I think I just did it. Okay, so I think I've worked it out. I've got that many on there now. So now I guess it's just a case of replicating that 50 trillion times and then we'll have a scarf. I guess I'll try to take it into work every day so I can do some on my lunch break, but it seems like it's going to be pretty tough to get this done by Friday. But I will see. This is just something you have to do when you change the colour of the wool, is you sort of cut it off and then tie it off and add the new wool. As the week went on, I noticed that I was able to knit a lot faster and my confidence was definitely up. And at this point, I thought I could finish the scarf by Friday. So my deadline is in about 2 hours and this is as far as we've gotten. Looks like that. So it can almost fit around my neck, like that. So I didn't make the deadline of finishing it before the game. Well, I mean, I still have 2 hours, but I'm like halfway there, so I don't think that's going to happen. But I think that's a pretty solid effort for what is essentially just over 4 days. So I guess I'll keep you updated and I will keep knitting. You've probably noticed that there are a lot of little frilly offcut bits on the side of the scarf. And to get rid of them, you don't just cut them off. You get this little tool, which is essentially just a big pin, and you sort of thread that loose bit of wool back through the knitted part of the scarf, if that makes sense. And then after that, you sort of just cut off the excess and it sort of retreats back into the scarf. And it's pretty neat and it looks quite good. So that was nice. So that's as far as I got in just over 4 days. I'm just holding it up next to myself for scale, but mine ended up being 52 stitches across, which is a bit wider than I was expecting. So I think if you make it a little bit thinner, you probably could get it done a lot faster. I really enjoyed having a little project to work on and chip away at over the week, and I definitely recommend at least giving it a crack at some point because it's fairly cheap to do and you get a warm scarf out of it at the end. So win-win. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.